So you're thinking about moving to Lake Lanier, but you might have heard that it's haunted. I'll be getting into that along with many more things you can do on Lake Lanier. I'll be talking about boating, lake life amenities, and I'll even talk about Lake Lanier real estate at the end. Hey everybody, my name is Tim Gibson and I am a residential realtor in the North Georgia area. My channel is about living in North Georgia, so if you're interested in moving to the area, my channel is the place for you. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for everything North Georgia related. And of course, if you're thinking about moving to the area, feel free to reach out to me. My number's here below on the screen. My email's here. Feel free to reach out anytime. Let's talk about boating. That's what most people want to do on Lake Lanier, so let's talk about that real quick. The primary reason why people move to the area is that they want to be on the water. So if you want to be on the water, you have a boat, or you're thinking about buying a boat, then Lake Lanier is the place for you. If you're thinking about buying a piece of property, or if you're interested in buying a house on Lake Lanier, keep in mind that Lake Lanier is managed by the Army Corps of Engineers. And to have a boat dock on Lake Lanier, you have to have a permit from the Army Corps of Engineers. The Army Corps of Engineers has issued its limit of dock permits for Lake Lanier. Back in somewhere around 2016, they stopped issuing new dock permits. I'm gonna say, if you're interested in buying a piece of property with a private dock on Lake Lanier, make sure to look at properties that already have a dock permit from the Army Corps of Engineers. Since the Army Corps isn't issuing new dock permits, you would need to be on a wait list to have them evaluate your property to make sure that you would be able to get a dock on the lake. So if you're buying near Lake Lanier, or you're buying a property on Lake Lanier that doesn't have a private dock, you actually have quite a few other options if you're looking to store your boat somewhere. For the most expensive option, you can do what's called wet storage at a marina. There are lots of marinas around Lake Lanier, and you can keep your dock in a boat slip, a covered or uncovered boat slip at one of the marinas around the lake. Marinas also have dry storage, so you can keep your boat under kind of a warehouse type area, and then they will pull your boat out for you whenever you're ready to hit the lake. There's tons of marinas around Lake Lanier. Port Royale and Bald Ridge Marina are just a couple that I wanted to mention, but they're kind of all over. So if you're closer to Gainesville, Buford, some of those areas, there's also marinas on that side. And if you're thinking about keeping your boat somewhere close, but you don't necessarily want to pay the expensive fees that you pay at a marina, there's also tons of RV boat self-storage type places that are close to the lake that you can pick up your boat, drop it in one of the boat ramps close by, and then you can still get there, and it's also relatively cheap. Another alternative to having a private dock would be buying in a neighborhood that provides a community dock. There are a couple of neighborhoods that I can think of off the top of my head. One is Chestatee in Dawsonville, and then another one is Harbor Point over in Gainesville. Both of those have large community docks, and you can purchase a boat slip that kind of runs with your house. So you've got your own private slip there, wet storage, you can take your boat out whenever you want. Another kind of out of the box idea would be to join a subscription service. So this is kind of a unique thing. It's called Freedom Boat Club, and it's an international subscription-based service that you can join, and you can actually pay a monthly fee, and there are two locations that I'm familiar with on Lake Lanier. And what you do is you tell them what type of boat you want to pick up. You can pick up a fishing boat or like a pontoon boat. They have a bunch of different options. Tell them what you want, when you want to pick up the boat, you take it out for a ride, and then you return it. You don't have to deal with the maintenance. You don't have to deal with owning a boat, the insurance, any of that stuff. You just pay the monthly fee and you're done. The other cool part of this is that just about anywhere there's a marina, especially in the US, Freedom Boat Club is really cool because you can also go to any of the other locations that they have in the US, and we'll show some of those on the screen here. But say you go on vacation in Florida and you want to go to, like, maybe you're in Jacksonville Beach or something like that, then they actually have marinas that are close by there too. Freedom Boat Club is really cool because let's say you're on vacation somewhere in Florida, you pull up the map, you see that they've got a location in Florida close to where you're going on vacation. You just tell them, hey, I want to go pick up this type of boat at this time, and then you take your boat out and then you return it, same deal, which is really, really cool. So let's get into some of the basics of Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier is a man-made lake, and it was formed in 1956 by the Army Corps of Engineers. It was created primarily for drinking water, flood control, and hydroelectric power for the area. Lake Lanier touches 5 different counties in North Georgia: Hall County, Lumpkin County, Dawson County, Forsyth County and Gwinnett County. You may be wondering how Lake Lanier got its name. It's actually named after a famous Georgia poet, a 19th century Georgia poet named Sidney Lanier. Lanier actually wrote a poem called Song of the Chattahoochee, which is one of the rivers that feeds into Lake Lanier. You may be wondering about proximity to Atlanta, which of course Atlanta is the capital of Georgia and the largest city in Georgia. It's only about an hour drive time from Atlanta, so you're pretty close to all the industry and everything in town there. The two primary rivers, at least on the northern side, that come through the North Georgia mountains that feed into Lake Lanier are the Chestatee River and the Chattahoochee River. One thing to note about Lake Lanier is that it's not out in the middle of nowhere, like up in the mountains where you don't have access to anything. It's kind of almost a suburban area all the way around the lake. There are rural parts, but you do have a lot of facilities and amenities that are close by. Some of the towns that are close to or actually bordering Lake Lanier are Buford, Flowery Branch, Gainesville, Cumming, Dawsonville, and those are all very populated areas. Let's jump to some of the amenities that are on Lake Lanier. One thing that people love to do, say you're out on the boat, you're out on a Saturday, you're having a great time, and it's getting kind of late and you want to get something to eat. There's actually quite a few restaurants that you can pull up to in your boat and jump off the boat and go get something to eat. A couple of restaurants I want to mention real quick on the lake are Pigtails. First of all, Pigtails is awesome. You've got great barbecue there. I actually went there a couple weeks ago and had the Wicked Chicken Sandwich. Definitely check it out, it's awesome. If you want some great seafood on the lake, go check out Fishtails over in Flowery Branch. You can pull up, hop out of the boat, get some great seafood. Check out the shrimp and grits, it's awesome. You also have Pelican Pete's on the lake, and also inside of Lake Lanier Islands, there is Landshark Bar and Grill. Of course, on Lake Lanier, you want to spend time on your boat. It's massive. I wouldn't even be able to give you an idea of how large it is, but it's huge. If you want to go, boating, you want to go water skiing, you want to go tubing, riding jet skis, you want to do some wake surfing, there's literally something for everyone. So if you want to get out on the water, Lake Lanier is definitely the place to go. If you don't have a boat and you just want to rent a boat for a couple of hours, you can rent a boat from one of the many marinas around. We've actually rented, before we had a boat, we rented a boat from Port Royale Marina, which is out there off of Browns Bridge Road in Cumming. Great place. So you can rent, I think, from anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, and the prices are pretty reasonable. They've got pontoon boats, they've got fishing boats. They even have like these party pontoon boats that's like a double decker with a water slide off the top, which is kind of fun too. We've rented those in the past and the kids had a blast on those. So one of the main attractions on Lake Lanier is a great area called Lake Lanier Islands. Lake Lanier Islands is this massive resort area. They've got Margaritaville, they've got a water park, they've got a marina, they've got camping, they've got places to stay. It's something for everyone. It's incredible. If you want to go stay there in the hotel, there's a hotel close by Lake Lanier Islands. There's also golf if you want to get some golf in right there on the water. Really, really pretty. And you would think for the most part that it's going to be a summertime area to go spend, but they actually have some wintertime activities too. They have a massive, massive Christmas light, like spectacular. They decorate the entire Lake Lanier Islands area with Christmas lights. And what you do is you hop in the car, you pay a fee to get into the Lake Lanier Islands resort, and then you can drive around and see the massive Christmas light display. It's incredible. Get ready for some traffic because it gets backed up because so many people want to go see it because it looks so incredible. Also, starting in November, they have an attraction at Lake Lanier Islands called Snow Island. They blow in some snow and you can actually go tubing down the snow island there. It's really, really cool for you to go check out, take the kids out there. And you're right there on Lake Lanier, you're in Georgia, but you're tubing down a hill. It's really, really cool. Margaritaville is a great area and it's part of Lake Lanier Islands. And you can pull up your boat there, you can go to the water park, like I mentioned earlier. They have a marina there. They actually have RV parking and all kinds of stuff for you to do. So you want to check that out for sure. My kids have actually gone, I don't even know, probably 3 or 4 times over the summer this year. They love it, and it's close by, and it's a great spot. Okay, so Lake Lanier is also known for its world-class fishing, specifically for spotted bass and striped bass. If you're into fishing, you need to get on Lake Lanier. It's incredible. You're definitely gonna need a boat if you're gonna be fishing on Lake Lanier. It's so huge, it's almost like fishing in the ocean. It's really, really difficult to fish from the shore. I have caught a couple from the shore before, but it's not as nearly as easy as getting out there on a boat. Lots of fishing tournaments happen on Lake Lanier throughout the year, a lot of pro fishing tournaments and stuff like that. So if that's something you're into, definitely check that out. Some of the record fish that have been caught on Lake Lanier are crazy. The largemouth bass record is, I think, somewhere around 17 pounds. Spotted bass record on Lake Lanier, I think, is somewhere around 8 pounds. And striped bass, this is crazy. The largest striped bass caught in Lake Lanier is a little bit over 47 pounds. That's a massive fish. If you want to get on Lake Lanier and you want to do some fishing, but you're not quite sure where to go or where the good spots are, definitely look up some of the fishing guides that are available in the area. You can jump on Google fishing guides Lake Lanier and take your pick. They're all great. Some of the fishing guides specialize specifically in striped bass because it's a little different than if you're fishing for a different type of fish like largemouth bass or spotted bass. So check them out if you're wanting to find the good striper. Let me tell you what to expect if you're looking to buy a house on Lake Lanier price-wise. Of course, if you're buying on the water, something that's got its own dock, you're going to pay a premium over something that is not necessarily on the water, but maybe it's close by. So as an example, real quick, this house right here is listed by the Norton Agency, and I wanted to just let you know. So this was listed right at $1 million, and it's on the lake. And this is a nice house. It's got a single slip dock right here, covered dock. So let me just scroll through some of the photos here for you to see kind of what to expect for around $1 million here in Lake Lanier. It does have its own dock, like I mentioned before. It was built in 1983, I believe. It's got a little detached building there, so you walk in, you got a nice house. This is a nice house for $1 million on Lake Lanier. And let's go back real quick and let's see. You're looking at around 4,800 square feet, built in 83 and about 1.5 acres. So you got a large lot for Lake Lanier. You've got a single slip dock there, and you have a decent amount of square footage too. So for $1 million, you can get that right there on Lake Lanier. And let me show you an example of what you could get close by the lake, but not necessarily on the lake with its own dock. All right, so let's check out what you can get close to Lake Lanier, but not necessarily on Lake Lanier. This one is in Buford, and it's around almost 3,800 square feet. This one's listed by Hillwood Realty. You got 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. This one was built in 2016, and it's almost 1.5 acres as well. So we have, let's click on some of the photos here. You've got a nice manicured yard. It's all fenced in here. It looks pretty private. Also looks a lot newer than the other one that we saw that's on the lake. You have your nice stone and brickwork there on the outside. Really nice house here, 3-car garage, nice porch there. As you walk in, you've got some, beamed ceilings there. Overall, this is a much more updated and newer house, of course. But yeah, so nice kitchen there. This is kind of what you could expect in the, eastern side of Lake Lanier for about $1 million. So, you have to decide if you'd rather spend your money and have your own dock or have something that's close by and keep your boat maybe in storage or at a marina somewhere. If you're thinking about moving to Lake Lanier, of course, give me a call or send me an email. My contact info is below. I would be more than happy to help you find your perfect place on the lake. And I know you've probably been thinking you have not talked about the lake being haunted. So we're going to answer that right now. Is it haunted? That's going to be a tough question to answer, but let's dive into it just real quick. So why do people think Lake Lanier is haunted? First of all, when the lake was created in the 50s, lots of communities in the valleys that were around the area were flooded, and some of them contained cemeteries, and lots of towns were just left there and flooded. Some people talk about seeing ghosts. Some people talk about voices from the depths of the cemeteries that are buried under the lake. They can hear them and stuff like that. Some people have been reports of around 200 to 500 people dying on Lake Lanier. Yes, there are towns that were flooded when Lake Lanier was created. There's actually an old racetrack that was flooded in Gainesville that was covered by the lake. But you know, is it haunted? I've been on the lake. I've lived in the area for over 20 years. I've been on the lake a lot. I've personally not been attacked by ghosts or heard any voices or been dragged underwater by a mysterious arm or anything like that. Just like on any lake or any body of water, you're going to want to practice boater safety or water safety. Most importantly, make sure that you're not drinking and driving a boat. Make sure you're drinking responsibly if you are on the water and you're not driving a boat. Always wear your life jackets. And if your child is 12 or under, make sure they're always wearing a life jacket. Just be smart, be safe, use common sense out there, and I think you're going to be fine. And I'm pretty sure the ghosts are going to leave you alone if they're out there. Another fun fact about Lake Lanier, and you know, is it haunted? Is it not haunted? I don't know. But speaking of, you know, dead bodies and things like that, the show Ozark was heavily filmed at Lake Lanier, and, you know, maybe that adds to a little bit of the mystique too about, you know, the lake being haunted a little bit. So that's my guide to living on Lake Lanier. Thank you so much for watching. If I haven't covered anything, or if there's anything specific that you'd like to know, drop a comment, send me a text, call me, send me an email, whatever, send a smoke signal, and I'd be happy to help you out. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.